Would it be fair to say you showed the ability to win a game when not completely at your best, and what do you take away from your ability to do that?
You know, again, I mean, there's such ebbs and flows of a season, especially this time of year. And, you know, last night was, there was a lot on the line last night. And, you know, to win in the fashion that we did, you know, the mental commitment, the physical commitment that we made, and to come back and have to play right away. And, you know, I don't want to take anything away from San Jose. They played hard. I mean, I know everyone's going to point to how sluggish and slow we looked early on in the first 30 minutes, but there is truth to that. But there's also a lot of truth to how hard they played. And, you know, you never want to disrespect your opponent and take anything away from them. I mean, it's a two-part equation. Then I thought, you know, the second half of the second period, we started to kind of find our way, and, you know, I think we had 10 shots in 5 minutes, and, you know, got the goal and just managed to win the hockey game, which you have to do. You're not going to play 82 great games, and this time of year, you've got to find a way to win. And, you know, I give our guys a lot of credit. You know, certainly we weren't happy after the first period, and nobody was feeling good about what was going on. And, you know, just we were able to kind of grind our way through it, and, you know, it was not pretty by any stretch of the imagination. And listen, this is a team that has, you know, repeatedly got pucks to the blue line, thrown pucks to the net, and just try to win those battles. And they're relentless at it, and they were very relentless at it tonight. And, you know, we were able to weather the storm.
The workload that your goaltender saw in the second of back-to-back nights for the first time didn't seem to faze him. What were your observations of the performance?
Well, I thought he was outstanding again.
David, you talked about keeping your eye on the next game, and now you've got 48 hours with no game and the deadline coming. How do you handle that?
Day off tomorrow, practice on Monday. And it's just pro sports, right? And everybody has there's a lot to write about. You guys are busy the next 48 hours, as you should be, but, you know, we're looking forward to practice on Monday and playing the Islanders on Tuesday.
Does a fast second goal, does that sum up who he is as a player, going to the net, 3 whacks at a puck, and everything he brings?
Yeah, it sure does. And you just, you know, anytime he gets rewarded in that fashion, you're happy for him, because, you know, he does a lot of the grunt work on that line. And, you know, to get statistically rewarded is certainly a good thing for him and a great thing for us.
Just, do you think this game had any different feel to it because it was the last one before the deadline?
No. I'm not just saying that. This has been a completely different feel than last year. And, you know, I think that our guys are just going along, and we're here till we're not.
With Fost, we've talked about I think you said earlier in the season, I remember you saying that he always seems like he's just totally gassed when he comes off the ice. I mean, what does he mean to your team from that standpoint? He doesn't put up a lot of points, but all of the things that he does, how do you sum up his impact?
Well, shift in and shift out, we probably don't have a more consistent player, and he just plays hard, and, you know, he's got enough skill to complement people that do have skill, and there's such an honesty to his game that it certainly is infectious throughout our lineup. And, you know, he's an important piece to the puzzle here.
And just one last thing on the deadline.
Yeah.
What kind of impact would it have, with as well as you guys have been playing, if somebody in that locker room isn't here come Tuesday?
I mean, I'm sure it's going to affect a bunch of guys, regardless of whether you're on the deadline or not. When one of your teammates gets traded, we're all human beings, and there's an emotional reaction to it, and, you know, guys are disappointed. So, you know, but again, we're in pro sports, and that's a reality of the business that we're in.